Hello, I am Renee and I'm here with Soul Union. What's this? Okay, so we got a lot of trust. Is that a lot of trust? I don't know. But I was in one of your memories. You made a pact with my mentor, Noctis. With those simple words I can see the revelations unfolding through his slowly gaping mouth. Eh? That witch is your teacher? And you just reminded me of the whole contract thing. Curses. That's how I got here. I must have been chosen after all. Wait, so how come I'm serving you when I owe her a favor? She passed a favor to you? Can you even do that? So, finish the ritual, be free both of her and me. Congratulations. You do have a nice soul. Be thankful. She found you worthy enough to manipulate you. Consider you both honored and cursed. I have high expectations for you as well. Worthy? Honored? What's wrong with you creepy people? There's something about the memory that I decide not to disclose to the human. A detail that I find so very uncharacteristic of Noctis that I begin to doubt his recounting of it. Weavers can entwine their souls to others, as human priests do, but I would avoid doing so at all costs. Noctis would never taint her soul with another living person, and certainly not with this human. Even if she did, for some unknown reason, want to bind her soul, there's no need for blood. Threads or energy are not bound to physical properties like body fluids. The soul contract couldn't have been more than pantomime, so why would she bother with such theatrics? Sir, Ilian? His manners are unrefined, but yet he's generally trying to be polite. I would appreciate it more if he hadn't interrupted me in the middle of something important. Well, he didn't know. What is it, Mikhail? So, are we going to finish this ritual? Yes, I'm working on it right now. He furrowed his brow, uncertain of my assertion. I tapped my forehead. Oh! Okay. I guess I'll just wait? Where was I? Ah, right. Noctis and her soul contract. Interesting. So it was all for the show, huh? She was trying to intimidate him to ensure he fulfilled his word to her. She's not a conventional weaver. She's actually experimenting with soul weaving. She was trying to illustrate a special point. She's too protective of herself to do things unnecessarily. Even the smallest risks, whether it be a single thread or a tiny cut, must have a calculated reason. She was trying to illustrate a special point. Didn't I get a strange feeling that she was looking at me somehow? Could she have performed this soul contract with him, knowing I would see this memory? Come to think of it, a vassal must be a vital move for this ritual, or Noctis would have never included them otherwise. She knew I would be disorientated, but must have known they would be as well. She mentioned I would get lost, and they would guide me. For this ritual, I'm deep within my own subconscious, so there's no way that a stranger would know how to navigate this place better than myself. So what is exactly the point? What if I need a complete stranger with no prior ties to me? Complete outsider? When she said I would lose sense of myself, she was referring to becoming trapped within this dream. Currently I have nothing connecting me to the reality outside of myself. The outsider, however... Ah! Good, looks like you got her. What's the deal then? Almost, sorry, these things can't be rushed. Ah, darn it. Okay. Where was I? Again. Oh yes, It's really very basic. The outsider must still be connected to the outside. He is my anchor to the outside world. When he moves away from me, he's probably getting pulled back to his own consciousness. Being momentarily conscious in two places at once causes his thoughts to become jumbled. My dog wants out. Give me a second. Thanks, bye. Unwittingly, he chose to stay here to avoid that fragmented feeling. If he ever manages to pull away completely, he'll leave this place and I'll be stranded. The whole soul contract was not just demonstrating to me I need to bind my soul to his, so when he returns to himself in reality, I can be pulled out and return to reality as well. No wonder she wanted me as her test subject, rather than exploring this theory herself. The depths that she will go will never stop to amaze me. Yeah, you're nothing more than a guinea pig to her. She doesn't care if you become trapped in your own mind. With this, I clasp my hands and breathe deeply. I finally have a clear idea of what I need to do. Are we ready yet? This is a delicate predicament. I should be careful in my approach. Given too much information, they may use it against me as leverage. Of course, we need to perform the real soul contract. The meeting you had with Noctis was just a rehearsal. I can't leave here, but I should be able to use symbolic manifestation in the same way that I summoned you here. Noctis already showed us exactly how. We just need to find the contract. Wait, what? If the whole thing was fake, what am I doing here? You brought me here. Why should I make a real contract with you if I'm not obligated? If you summoned me, can't you unsummon me? I want to get out of here. Maybe I could, I'm not sure. But I would like to do things this way. It's mutually beneficial at this point. What is my choice here? I guess I'll do it, but you'll owe me. He's got a decent point from his perspective. I should keep that in mind before dealing with him. My trust went down. I'm sad. Gosh, my empathy is kinda down. Logic is high. What items do I have? A dowsing twig. So we are in agreement, we just need to find a contract. What in this garden have I seen that could symbolize a contract? My mind wanders to the central fountain. I feel like there was something there. Seems like the best lead I can think of it at the moment. I guess I have no other options but to look around some more. Toggle the map in the... Yes, to revisit. Central fountain. I can hear the soothing sound of trickling water. I return to the center of the garden, where I started my journey. Upon closer inspection, the statue's detail become clearer to me. I narrow my eyes. Why is this only now becoming apparent to me? Is this your family? Let me guess. You're the baby. I want to protest, but I'm rendered speechless by these blunt words. It was said so casually and matter-of-factly. The resemblance is obvious at a glance from a stranger. Dumbfounded, I can't explain why I didn't make that connection earlier. I must have been influenced by the ritual somehow. Why else would I have not noticed the true nature of these statues until now? Let's consider the baby first. The statues are very detailed and precise. The features are unmistakable. Pointed ears, sharp inquisitive eyes, small arms attempting to climb up impatiently. A sword down on a rising flare of discomfort. No, this is stronger than discomfort. This conceit. It's irrational and serves no purpose. I have to stay objective. True, this child resembles me. I struggle to state this simple fact. This whole statue just aggravates me. The knowing intonation of his voice is condescending. Again, I'm too flustered to reply. He looks back to the statue, walking around the base of the fountain to view the sculptures from all angles. Something catches his eye, and the thief doesn't hesitate. He deftly climbs the statues, avoiding the sprays of water. His experienced hands inspect the stone, and it's not long before I hear a click of some hidden mechanism being turned. On the back of the child statue's head, he produces a small piece of parchment, not unlike one Noctis had used. He jumps gracefully down from the mountain. Well done. I knew you would be useful. And lands daintily in front of me and ends with a ludicrous bow. May I present your contract, sir? He's very pleased with himself, inordinately so. Still, I suppose I should show some gratitude. Thank you, Mikhail. Well done, I appreciate your help. See, I'm useful, aren't I? You made a good choice picking me. I know. I bring the piece of paper to my mouth, as Noctis had none. Done, not... What, I don't know what I said. I try to imagine the veins in my body as threads. A quick sting on my tongue, and I offer the soiled paper to my companion. Completed the soul contract with Mikhail. Okay, what does that mean? He pulls his gloves tight before gingerly taking the paper in his hand. Offering me a sly wink, he repeats the gesture and hands back the paper. Upon returning to my hand, it bursts into a tiny flame that quickly burns out, leaving no trace behind. I let out a breath that I hadn't realized I was holding in. My theory is confirmed and everything went as I predicted. There, it's done. A perfect success. But we're still here. This is one part of the ascension ritual. I still have to ascend. That is the original purpose of this whole ritual. I need to find and open my inner eye. Otherwise, there's no point in ever being in here in the first place. The thief lowers his moppy head in defeat. He returns to his muttering habit. Jeez, of course. Always something, that's how you play. Now what? He lifts his eyes back to me, glare expectantly. I said, what now, sir? I mentally note the deliberate curt use of sir. Charming. It won't be as simple as to find the contract, I'm afraid to say. I don't believe Noctis had any clues for this part. Mikhail's shoulders slump forward in further defeat. So, are you gonna sit there and think a bunch more? Or do we look around for this eye? Moving the body can help the mind process. No reason I can't do both. Not to mention you'll be restless if we take a walk. What? You won't be restless. No sense standing around here. We're done. I wait your command. Where now, sir? I don't think he likes me very much. Okay. Let's go to the altar. I return to the altar of the Church of Saints. There's a tranquil atmosphere here. Hey, isn't this for the church? What is this doing here? I'm afraid this has nothing to do with what we're looking for. I glance up and down the stone steps. I decide it's time to move on for now. I should probably move to a different area. Okay, fine. I was interested. The flower beds. Holding my breath, I return to the flower beds, readying myself for the sensory onslaught. Whoa, it's so beautiful here. He cups some flowers in his hands and breathes in their scent. Reminds of me of when I was a child. I've never seen so many flowers. You're not impressed, Ilian? Nope. I look all over the flowers, but unable to find anything new worth noting at this time. I should probably move to a different area. Hey, time to go? Yep. Southgate? I return to the mysterious and menacing door. The same sinister cold draft engulfs me. Holy, I'm not sticking around. Yeah. The thief retreats to hedge maze. He must sense the danger here as well. I look over the door from a safe distance, but I'm unable to find anything new worth noting at this time. I should probably move to a different area. I return to the patio. At first glance, nothing has changed since I was last here. Oh dear. What are all these expensive things laying about? And none of it is helpful for us at the moment. I look over this patio, but I'm unable to find anything new worth noting at this time. Shall we go? Sure. North wall? I return to the north wall of the garden. The walls are imposing. Consider the route once more. I feel like there's something more to this. Before I can say anything, the thief notices the dead root and mutters to himself. He's keen for a human, I'll give him that. So odd. And everything else is so healthy. How old is... I wonder. Could I be overlooking something obvious? What is it? He suddenly yanks on the root. To my astonishment, the hedge wall around the root collapses, scattering the debris in the breeze, as if made of ash. He seems just as surprised at his feat as I am and waves excitedly. It seems odd that I could overlook such a thing, and I wonder if they have some sort of special ability here. Newly revealed at the end of the root is a large, hollowed, dead tree trunk. Stump. His curiosity stoked, young man crawls on his knees, peering into the hollow. Hey, Ilian, you won't believe this. His voice echoes, bouncing around in what I can only imagine must be an enormously vast empty space. He sits up, pulling away from the stump and gestures excitedly. I think we found something big. I kneel down, pull back my long hair and peer into the large hollow. The hole runs deep, so deep in fact that the bright outside light eventually is swallowed into the pitch blackness. I can't make out where the bottom lies. There's a thick, healthy vine growing down in the inside of the stump that looks to serve as a rope ladder. The thief mischievously cranes his head onto my shoulder, somehow managing to toss a small rock past me down the seemingly endless shaft. We both watch it disappear, straining to hear any indication that it hit ground somewhere. Minutes pass in anticipated silence. I finally pull my head out to sit up and breathe deeply. The vine seems more than sturdy. No, to climb down. It's thicker than you are. It's all too inconvenient to ignore, right? I can't say I'm not curious to see what's down there. Shall I go first, or after you, Ilian, sir? I'm indifferent. Let's just find out what's down there. Let me go first, then. The thief hops onto the vine and is out of my sight in a blink of an eye. Proceeding with more caution, I descend into the pitch darkness. Chapter 2. They can't see the time is spreading ring wrapped around one another. They can't see that time is one spreading ring wrapped around another. Okay. Understory. I focus on my grip on footing as I work my way down the vines. The vines are fibrous and coarse, like stiff, thick rope. We climb in silence for a while. Every breath and every small sound echoes with eerie reverberation. Looking... Ow, my throat hurts. Looking above, I can see the light from where I started. It already feels far away. Looking below, I can't even see my feet. That is a dark, dark hole then. So, As the thief speaks, his words echo everywhere in a cacophony of noise. He raises his voice, trying to shout over it. So, Ilian, what's the point of the ritual again? Ascension. To ascend from our current understanding of reality. To ascend from what? What is that even supposed to mean? Our current understanding is too limited. There has to be more complete, nuanced perspective we have yet to define. A what? Why? I still don't get the point of this. Forget it then. We've been descending into darkness for what it feels like hours. I can no longer see the light when I look upwards. I begin to doubt there's any end to this. If I grow tired, can I still reach the thief to escape the ritual? Try to figure out where Mikhail is. Mikhail? Yeah? It's hard to tell with all of the echoing, but I get an impression he's quite a bit ahead of me. Anything yet? No. Should I be worried yet? I don't think so, but don't get so too far ahead. I might need you to be within reach. He doesn't reply. I strain my ears, but I have no idea where he is. It's as unsettling as it is frustrating. My contingency plan depends on him. Mikhail? Suddenly, something grabs my ankle. Mikhail let go. Aw, you're really no fun at all. This is a really bad time for something like this. I know. You are really no fun at all. My other choices were to kick you. I'll see what... Fine. I don't want to kick him. How horrifying. What do I do? Yeah. Okay. Poof. It was a thief. I should have known. He releases my ankle and apologetically pats my foot. Sorry. I doubt that. Okay, perhaps that's better. We continue in silence when he finally speaks up again. The echoing grows more faint, which I find very surprising, promising. Just so you know, there's a bit of light ahead. Looking down, I confirm there's a light, faint illumination. Praise all the saints, right? Shortly thereafter, my feet are blessed with solid dirt to walk upon. Oh, thank fuck. It's not pretty, though. At the bottom of that long downward climb, the vines continue spreading out in all directions. Tiny flowers sparsely bud on the vines. At the center of each flower is a soft flickering light, glowing like a firefly. Looking at the vines running along the ceiling of the tunnel, I wonder if wine is an accurate classification. There are no leaves and the tiniest star-shaped flowers are unlike I've ever seen before. The growth and spread is strange, and I'm not sure where they are grown from. Mikhail seems to be relieved and in good spirits, taking a moment to stretch. Where to now, Ilian, sir? I find myself in an area that could be best described as crudely dark dirt tunnel. There's more than enough headroom to stand up straight, with a few extra feet clearance to spare. The tunnel appears split in three separate directions. Each tunnel appears to be similar in shape and size. Beyond that, I can't determine anything in this dim lighting. What option should I pursue? Let's go with the left. If I make it through this alive, it will be quite a feat, won't it? Yes, as I move through the tunnel, I can't help but notice the ground feels oddly soft, as though I'm treading on soft, uncomposed. Curiously, even dirt on the walls looks loose. It seems to settle with every step I take. For such a deep tunnel, the walls of this place are not supported in any way. We should walk lightly, try to limit any unnecessary movements, and touch things sparingly. This tunnel will likely continue to decay further every instant we disturb it. I doubt we can safely move through here more than a few times. Huh. Just because I'm not I'm not a walking talking library like you are, doesn't make me a clueless idiot. Again, the tunnels split into 3 more tunnels in uniform size and shape. There's a sense of deja vu. It might become easy to lose track of our location if this pattern keeps repeating. It's a good thing I have a notepad that I shall open. So we have went left. We got 3 paths. I just need an empty page. Good lord. There we go. Not you, let's go with that page, sure. So we have 3. We've explored that way. Okay. And then there's another 3. Perhaps if I look hard enough, I can find some sort of unique feature to distinguish this tunnel from the others. It might be pretty easy to get lost in a place like this, huh? Indeed. Have any ideas? I'm afraid I was just thinking the same thing. Let me know if you come across anything. I'll do better than that. The thief with one gloved finger starts to crouch at some dirt wall near the tunnel opening. I assume he's making some kind of a marker for that path. Suddenly he pauses and begins patting and brushing the dirt away with his entire palm. Did you find something? I started to brush some dirt around another tunnel entrance. Wait, don't dirty yourself. Leave it to me, okay? I've got gloves on anyway. Aw. After brushing off some dirt around the tunnel entrances, we've discovered each one has some flat rocks embedded like a frame. Our cooperation has made the task trivial. That should do nicely. Thank you for your assistance. Oh, decent of you. You're very welcome, sir. On each flat of the rocks are carved letters from the ancient languages before the common shared language of today. I don't know what they say, but I'm fairly confident in their origin. The left tunnel has symbols of the beast origin, the center tunnel human, and the right one is elven. Nothing else in this area that draws my attention at this time. There's no point in just standing here, so I might as well move on. Which path? Let's go the human path. I was gonna go further left, but nah. No comment. I find myself in another dirt tunnel. There's nothing visually unique here, but there's a subtle difference in the smell of air. It's a sweet and bitter smell. Combination is complementary, like tea with honey and milk. From here, the tunnel is split into 3 additional tunnels. There doesn't appear to be any markers. How long do you think we've been here? It feels like forever. Shouldn't I be hungry or sleepy? It's hard to say how long you've been dreaming. I doubt there's any relative time here. Some dreams feel like few seconds but last all evening. Our physical body should be conserving energy in this state, so I wouldn't be worried at this point. I remembered lean times when I really hated those feelings, but I think I miss them, if I ever felt those things ever again. It helps give structure to a day, some kind of beginning and end. It's somehow tiring without making me want to rest. There's nothing else in this area that draws my attention at this time. There's no point in just standing here so I might as well move on. Left path. Show the way, alien sir. This dirt tunnel is much like the one before. I really wasn't expecting otherwise. Once again, the tunnel is split into 3 additional tunnels. The bittersweet smell from before still lingers. I'm starting to feel that I know this smell somehow. It brings back a memory. What memory? So I'm guessing you're gonna be with me for a time. I'm Miss Gully. Nice to meet you. I know this must be difficult for you. All I can say that you're safe now with me. You must be hungry and thirsty by now. I'll bring you something. Take a moment to get used to your new room. I'll be back, okay, sweetie? Miss Gully? Oh dear, shh. You're going to be okay now. You're just fine. Miss Gully, are you really taking care of me now? Yes, that's right, sweetie. Then can you be my mama? Oh, poor boy. Gully must have been one of those visitors I never met before I started to live with her. I wish I met her sooner, much sooner. She was always patient with me. She seldom raised her voice and gave me plenty of freedom to do as I pleased. She seemed even happy to be called Mama. There's nothing else in this area that draws my attention at this time. There's no point in just standing here, so I might as well move on. Let's go further through the left path. If I make it through this alive, it will be quite a feat. The dirt tunnel opens into a wider opening, but it appears to be a dead end. The air here is the same as it was in the previous tunnel. The room appears to be empty. It feels like I wasted my time coming this far. Hey, alien, are we sort of like elven priests? Yes. We may have different philosophies, but the end result is the same. We influence the physical things around us by manipulating energy. To think you and Noctis being anything like the priests at the orphanage, they seem so harmless. I guess I should have been more careful. Priests mostly are. Their philosophy forbids them from using their power to cause harm. So, you're like an evil version of a priest? More like a free-thinking one. There's nothing else in this area that draws my attention at this time. There's no point. Let's go. Go to the room prior. I am gonna leave this episode here. Thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. And the dirt tunnels, much like the one before. I wasn't really expecting otherwise. Well, good on you, I guess. Anyway, see you soon and bye.